dunia, Nabi Muhammad, yet he didn't become a Muslim because he died in the hands of Allah. So our job is only to convey. So in Sahabat, when they were asked by Nabi, have I done my message? They said, Ballagta risal. You have sent the message. That's only what you're supposed to do. What more can you do? Just tell him, uncle, I'm sorry, this is wrong. That's all. Wash your hand. Just tell the message. And you want to sit down there, you want to curse him, push him, pester him. It's beyond your ability. You can't do that. Sometimes it can even get you into lots of trouble. So just tell the plain fact, brother, in Islam is prohibited from us to drink intoxicant. It's haram. You can only drink 2 types of beer, ginger beer and root beer. Or non-alcoholic beer, you can find in Negeri Arab. But things that, all kind of intoxicant, or that can make you stone high, like ganja or whatever it is, they are still all haram. And then, you can only tell them, after that you just need to go away before threats comes to you. Just tell a simple, plain truth, with concern, with care, with hikmah, after that go away. What more can you do? Yeah, don't become frustrated when they refuse. It happened to Nabi. فَلَعَلَّكَ بَاخِعٌ نَفْسَكَ عَلَىٰ آثَارِهِمْ إِن لَّمْ يُؤْمِنُوا بِهَذَا الْحَدِيثِ أَسَفًا. You almost choke yourself to death due to their rejections. Yes, we can feel that. But what can we do? What more if they are family members? Your duty is only to tell them what's the truth, and the rest is up to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to decide. Don't become overly committed.
Somebody actually made a comment that wedding in Britain in the year 1900, the age limit for wedding in Britain in the year 1900 is 13 years old.
Even people did say about Nabi marrying a lot of wives. I think only Islam says marry one. And to marry more than one is not sunnah. It's an option. Because sunnah can be done without any restriction. But to marry more than one, the restriction is so great. That is adil, fairness. And if you fail to do that, you incur sin from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's punishable. And in fact, if you see many kings in the Bible, in the Torah, mentioned even King Solomon has got 99 wives. Even in story of in some stories in Vedas, a woman married 2 brothers. Not polygamy. What do you call it? Androgamy. Poly? Stepbrother polytechnic. Polygamy is when men marry more than 1 wife, woman marry more than 2 husbands. Androgamy. Check, huh? Yeah, exists, you know. So you see, I mean, Islam is free from faults. But according to culture, but now since maybe you said about in London about they stayed until 13 years. But that's man-made law, right? We are talking about Islamic law, isn't it? Yeah, men can state or can institutionalize any age limit. Now, if you want to become an independent person, you have to be at the top 18 years. After that, to inherit 21 years. So the law can change, but that's the worldly law made by human. But as long as there is nothing wrong, both is consensual, and Nabi is not taking advantage of Aisha radiallahu anha. In fact, Aisha benefited as a result after Nabi passed away. She was the most knowledgeable Sahabat, you know. Sahabat referred to her. She became the consultant of Sahabat, you know. She became so knowledgeable of the sunnah of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And you know what Nabi says? He loved Aisha the most. You see, most men, they marry a young girl for pleasure. Daging baru, fresh flesh. Some people say, marry young girl, make you young. You see, it's true. The Besides, I think that Allah decided for Nabi to marry Aisha. It's part of Wahy. So we don't argue about that. There's no slavery in such case. It's a total consent. Aisha never complained about Nabi Muhammad's rough treatment to her. She was treated like a queen by Nabi. Wallahu a'lam. Right? Next one.
A couple more questions, but
Yes. We should stop at what time?
Yeah.
By 4. 4, yeah, sorry.
5.
5 minutes more. One more last question, sir.
Taking lessons from the story of Taif, should the Muslims not react to the current situation?
The story of
Taif.
Taif, when Nabi was pelted with stone.
So should the Muslims not react to the current situation?
Of course, he's the best example. The year we call the year of sorrow, when his uncle passed away, Abu Talib, and a few months after that, his wife passed away, Khadija binti Khuwailid. Nabi was sad for not more than 3 days. That's why anybody pass away, don't keep reminding. Life must go on. Especially the wife, so hearted. After 1 year, still you remind her of her dead husband, she kept crying. It's sinful, not to what etiquette said, duka lama terpuris kembali. Don't try to make her strong. Nabi went to Taif, a city to the southern part of Mecca, and you have to travel about 2 hours on the bus, and it's about 87 kilometers. There is the mountainous area. The people who stayed in Taif, they were known as the Bani Thaqif. They were known to be the most obstinate of the Arab tribes. And Nabi spent a month there. And their leaders were 3 brothers, all equally degil. Not only that, they refused to accept Nabi Muhammad's call, they even told the common people, each time Muhammad were to come to you to preach Islam, give him the harshest treatment. So Nabi found that he had done enough stint there in Taif, so he decided to go back with his slave boy named Zayd ibn al-Haritha. And the Taif leaders told the people of Saqif, each of you will take few pebbles. Take pebbles with sharp edges. And you are going to pelt Muhammad with the stone, but aim at the feet, so that he becomes ready to step foot at Taif again. So they were not aiming anyhow, just the feet. When a child stole, you came the hand right. So they want to make him a serik. I know serik. Malay for serik, English for serik. They want him to learn never ever step foot on the soil of Taif. They aim at his feet, right? And Nabi had to run approximately 5 kilometers out of the city of Taif. There he made dua. For he first admitted his mistake, his inability. Ya Allah, to you I complain of my feebleness. Ilaika ashku dha'fa quwwati wa qillata hilati wa hawani ala nas. I complain to you of my feebleness, my inability to call them to the path of Allah. Ya Allah, please forgive me. And after that, he walked a few kilometers away from there. He came to a place known as Qarnul Manazil, one of the miqat for Haji and Umrah, where he met Jibril and the Malikat, the guardian of the mountain. And the Malikat approached him and said, Ya Rasulullah, command me. You want me to squash them between the 2 mountains of Taif? I shall do so. But Nabi Muhammad said, no, I don't want destruction upon them. I hope that their future generation will have iman in Allah and will not associate Allah with any other deities. That's not the end of the story. He came back to Mecca, the mountains of Hira. Nabi met a man with all his sons, and that man was not a believer. Nabi was surprised to see him. Brother, why are you here? I've been waiting for you, Ya Muhammad. Your people have decided to kill you upon entering the city of Mecca. Now I am with my sons. With all our shield, we are going to escort you to Mecca al-Mukarramah. The guy who escorted Nabi was not a Muslim. But he and his sons, they were Nabi sympathizers. So they escorted Nabi to Mecca and they make a declaration. Muhammad is under our protection. Nobody can harm him. And then Nabi was so melancholy, so sad. He prayed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then Jibril came to him, washed his chest with the water of Zamzam, and brought him on a night journey from Makkah to Al-Aqsa, and from Al-Aqsa up to the sky, to Sidratul Muntaha and beyond, until we got the story of what we call the Isra and Mi'raj on the 27th of Rajab, just a couple of months before Nabi Muhammad's migration to Al-Madinah Al-Munawwara. So that story, you can see how forgiving he was. He accepted his inability. In fact, we say that most of us, we are Muslim, but we have not done anything to promote Islam. We are only practicing Islam for ourselves, but we are not disseminating the information about Islam. You tell me, in a day, have you met a non-Muslim and taught something about Islam to them? Nothing, you know. Nothing. That's why this kind of perception comes in. Plus, with some extremism, people implemented, some wrongdoings, people attached to Islam, and people are getting very clouded information about Islam. So therefore, brother, it's actually, what I can say is solely our fault for not continuing the prophetic mission of Nabi Muhammad Sallam, calling people to Islam, displaying the right Islamic mentality, and so on and so forth. You can still see what's so good about our people. We talk about people are bad. Our boys and girls having tattoos, good. Ramadan never fast. Most people having underage sex from the Malay Muslim, you know. Malu, no. Divorce rate, Allah Melayu juga. Penagih dada, 35% are from Malay Muslim. Where to put our face except on our neck? Where to put our face? So it's actually our failure, our disability. And Nabi was not fast to judge or to curse them or to ask Allah to befall upon them calamity. Nabi knew he himself has got his own limitations, right? His misgivings. So Nabi was that kind. But therefore, brother, maybe you can take that example from the incident of Ta'if, and it was the worst moment of the Prophet's da'wah. Even Aisha asked him, what was the worst moment of your da'wah mission? He said, when I was pelted with stone at Ta'if. But Ta'if people did show some sign only after they became Muslim on the 9th year after migration. They call the year of the delegates. They came to Medina and embraced Islam. But yet they were quite degil. Said, we want to become Muslim, but we don't want to pray. Another headache, right? And that's what our children are having now. Malay name, no, but want to pray. 5 times a day, difficult to pray. Sometimes pretend to take wudu, go to the room but never salat. But petang sejadah, father masuk pun buat sejadah, anakku dah salat. Actually tak salat. Yes, so Allah wants us to come. Ya ayyuhalladzina amanu dkhulu fis silmi kafatan. O Muslim, enter to the fold of Islam completely. And when we are complete in our character, in our deeds, then the surrounding becomes complete too. They see the completeness in us and they will be affected by Al-Islam. Amen.
Well, then we conclude the
Forgive me, sorry for the lousy explanation and sorry for the lousy lecture. May Allah bless you. I'm flying to Hajj on the 20th of October. I may not see you. If I don't see you, you saw my face under the Al-Fatiha So you make dua for me, make dua dan Harun Hasan Akhtar for becoming an international preacher one day, inshallah. Should I come back, I want to contribute more. But if I don't come back, make dua that Allah forgive me and forgive all my sins, and who knows, maybe I'll meet you on the other side, in the Jannah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But if you all enter Jannah already, once a while look out the window, see, mana Ustaz Harun belum sampai-sampai lagi. I'll be interrogated at the basement. May Allah bless you, may Allah bless Brother Mahbub, Allah bless Faith Hub, and Allah bless you and all Muslim all over the world. Sekian saja, wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Then, just a couple more slides.